D.C. On a related theme, former House Oversight Chairman Congressman Darrell Issa says the FBI director would like to indict Clinton and her longtime aide, Huma Abedin. With me now, Dr. Ron Paul, three-time presidential candidate. Dr. Paul, thank you for the time. Do you think Hillary Clinton will be indicted?
You know, I have my doubts, but it looks like it. I'm not the best one to judge on that. It seems like from what I learned in the media that there's surely enough, but I also know that indictments are very political. You know, they can ignore some and push some, and some get off, and some make deals. The judicial system is a real mixed bag, and it's very political. I think she deserves it. She probably will be indicted. But I'm not the one to find out how you should where you should put your money on that one.
Okay, so then let's move to the other side of the aisle. Time magazine says your son, Senator Rand Paul, was a big winner at last night's GOP debate. Here is a clip.
Kentucky Senator Rand Paul. We wanted to fight against generalized warrants. Let's don't forget that.
Governor Kasich.
And I've been a leader in Congress on trying to bring about criminal justice reform.
Senator Paul, thank you.
So my guess is you were watching, Doctor, you did not need to have us play that clip, but for maybe other people who didn't see, numerous heated exchanges. One is the senator taking on Marco Rubio over security threats.
Radical Muslims and radical Islam is not just hate talk, it's hate action. They blow people up. Look what they did in San Bernardino. We must keep America safe from this threat. And yes, when I am president of the United States, if there is some place in this country where radical jihadists are planning to attack the United States, we will go after them wherever they are. And if we capture them alive, they are going to Guantanamo.
Senator Paul, do you agree with that? We're going to close down mosques. We're going to close down diners where
I think that's a huge mistake to be closing down mosques. But I would say that if you want to defend the country, it begins with border security. And this is where I've had my disagreement with Senator Rubio. And I think that's a mistake. And I just don't think Marco can have it both ways. You can't be in favor of defending us against Islam, radical Islam, if you're not for border security.
Might I respond? I do believe that people who are trying to come to the United States, this country has a right to know who they are and why they are coming.
So, Dr. Paul, what did you think overall of last night's debate? We'll get back to some of those immigration and social issues in a minute, but just in general, how do you think your son did? How do you think the other candidates did?
Well, he obviously did the best, and I thought the debate was better without Trump, mainly because they did talk more about issues and there wasn't as much name calling, and yet still these debates don't offer a whole lot. But he did very, very well, and I think he shined because up until now he's really not been given a great deal of chance or coverage, and actually it was a great benefit to see Trump take a vacation, you know, because he got more time and there were more ideas discussed, and therefore it was a great benefit to him. You know, a few weeks ago they were saying, well, Rand, why don't you quit? Right now they're saying, you know, he may well do pretty well here in the caucuses come Monday.
We did get to hear more from a varied group of candidates. I want to ask you, there was a comment made about Bill Clinton and by inference what it means for Hillary Clinton as far as standing up for women's rights. We're going to play it for people who didn't see it.
I do think that her position as promoting women's rights and fairness to women in the workplace, that if what Bill Clinton did, any CEO in our country did with an intern, with a 22-year-old, 21-year-old intern in their office, they would be fired. They would never be hired again. She can't be a champion of women's rights at the same time she's got this that is always lurking out there, this type of behavior. I combine this also with the millions upon millions of dollars they've taken from regimes in the Middle East who treat women like cattle.
So there is a clear attack there for the leading Democratic candidate. What do you make, though, having gone through the process yourself, about how much past sins can play in a current campaign for either party?
Well, sometimes I don't think very much, and you know, when it comes to some of these wordings, I don't like it as a libertarian because we like to think of every individual being equal. So when you talk about special rights, somebody demanding something because they want women's rights and vice versa, that's where the confusion comes from. But I thought he handled the question very, very well, and I think this is just a pretext, you know, for trying to stick it to somebody or embarrass somebody, but no, I think he gave a very good answer.